you.
Hi there, my name is Matt Rumman. I'm the owner of Cheltenham Martial Arts Limited, and today I just want to give you a quick tour around our studio, talk a little bit more about the martial arts we're running here. Hopefully we'll get to meet some of the instructors as well. So first of all, if you're watching this by now, I'd imagine you've purchased our trial package. So that's either 6 weeks trial for children or a 3-class trial for adults, and with that you get the martial arts uniform, so that's your trousers, t-shirts, and you get your first white belt as well. Okay, so I do recommend, if you can get in before a class, to pick that one up and make sure we get the right size. Otherwise, just come in a little bit earlier before your first session with us. Okay, really important you watch this video all the way through. It's going to give you a great idea of what Cheltenham Martial Arts is all about. We want to make sure we get, it's very difficult because you're investing in either yourself or your child, so it's really important from our point of view that you get in what you're looking for basically, and it's going to be, it's an investment, it's a relationship with both us and the people that you're going to be training with. So that's why we work these trials, so you get an idea of what you're going to be doing here, and of course having that relationship with the instructors and of course the people that will be in the class. So we want like-minded people within there. So if for some reason it doesn't work out, don't worry, we'll give you a full refund on your trial, and likewise if we feel it's we're maybe not suited, we'll extend you that same courtesy, let you know. Let me just remind you where we are. We're on 50 Winchcombe Street. All right, so we're just up from the High Street. We're opposite the Holy Cow and Ruby Key Hair Studio. Easy to find us, but you may just walk past because look at our lovely reception. This is, a lot of people think we're a cafe, but this is very important. We put a lot of investment into the reception area because, we're very social. It's a very important, social is an important part of life. And with the martial arts you or your child is going to be doing here, we are, our unique selling point, I guess, is our personal development, our mindset coaching, our mindset development. That is the biggest thing that you or your child, if they're coming here, is going to get out of this. And even how we've structured the classes, I'm pretty confident we're the only ones doing like the age specific within these age brackets, because it's so important. It's the best way for children to learn. It's a bit like being at school, I guess, but it's not an easy thing to do, I will say that. All right. I'll talk about the training programs in just a sec, but in reception, so place to chill out, hang out. When we do our graduation ceremonies, they're either here, they may be at another unit, but again, I'll talk about that in a bit. Normally our TV screen's on, so it just gives you a bit of an update, things going on, and if we got any special announcements, so just keep your eye on there. We have Wi-Fi in here while you're waiting, and if you want a tea and coffee, just ask the staff. So I got Donna holding the camera for me today. So I'll just talk about Donna. Donna teaches Samurai, which is what's that, 7 to 9?
6 to 10.
6 to 10 year olds. So again, they're 6 to 10. They're in a kind of an age range where a little bit more confident in themselves. So it's good to put those guys in together, not have too many young people with them, and not have the older ones because it either holds them back or they get bored. So it's just a great fit. And that used to be one of my favorite classes I used to teach. Just down here, we've got our head instructor. So Donna's a black belt first dan. She's currently working towards her second dan as we're filming this, so hopefully we'll get that later in the year. We got Michelle as our head instructor, teaches adults, and Michelle's a third dan in the martial arts as well. She's been training me, God knows, like 10 years, if not more, something like that, yeah. So the instructors have all been handpicked by myself. Flo teaches our ninja classes, that's our preschoolers. Flo, she's working towards a black belt at the moment, but she's been training with us probably, that's got a good 5 years, I think. All right, so within our fitness kickboxing, and she's also she works in preschool as well. So that's for predominantly play and learn. She's got qualities of a black belt already, but it's not going to be too long before we see her extend that. So if anything you need, these are the point of call to come to. Either Michelle's the head coach, all right, Donna's holding the phone, but we'll do some different videos where you can meet the instructors to watch later. Come on up. All right. So with classes in here is a fitness kickboxing room. So for adults, if you want to upgrade to there, you can do, but go and check out our other video about the fitness kickboxing, or just ask. Okay, you do need gloves for that, but it's no graders. We'll come on up the stairs. All right, so upstairs is where we hold all of the martial arts classes. We do have changing cubicles, but you know what, most people just come in their kit, and we got obviously toilet facilities just down there, so our main office. And this is it. This is our lovely, bright area that we have for our martial arts classes. I've just lifted this mat up a little bit just to show you. So it's fully matted. It's really important for when you do martial arts. This is how thick this is. This is actually the best, matting that you can get. They use it for, it's a lot used in, like filming for stunts, but it's more like judo matting. It's nice and solid. It's great if we're doing throws, okay, which is, you will be doing that at some point. But it's nice and safe, and it takes a lot of the impact away. And also, you're not going to tear your feet up on a whole, an old wooden or concrete floor. So it takes all that impact away. So you're going to have to end up hurting your knees or anything like that. So this is, this is perfect. It has that feel. When I did judo as a child, we had to lift all the mats out of a van, then fit them down, and we had to put this canvas over there. It's a big part of the class. So we've taken that away from you, basically. So we do our classes in here. You see, we've got a lot of kit. All right. So sometimes we may be using the punch bags for target. Other times, we work in partner work as well, whether it be on the pads. Later on, for adults, we do a little bit of extra self-defense. So I'd like to try and get a street element into that somehow, not just run through the mill. So we're trying to cover quite a lot in the martial arts side of things. So my background, I'm a fourth dan in Wado karate, kickboxing, and I've studied. I was very privileged. My instructor, he really encouraged us to kind of look into other areas. So gonna get a little bit of best bits from all over, and of course that gets carried over onto the staff as well. And we regularly hold staff training, so that's. We are a business. We work on now, improving our knowledge and what we're doing, and especially for the mindset coaching and the personal development, and also in how we're teaching and how we're putting those classes across. We hold staff training about twice a week, regularly. Okay, in the class. Okay, so again, we work age-specific classes. So for the younger ones, the preschoolers, they're in with a great instructor, Flo, and she's there. She works in the school as well, which is great. So she really understands the social, the physical, where these kids are at on that spectrum. So she's able to work great play and learn like classes within there. So they're doing martial arts, they're getting the discipline, the confidence, and then we work this as self-belief. Again, that's another video to watch. Okay, so we'll have a little lesson in the next one. I'll run you through that, and that's for all ages. Then we go up to, so that was our ninja class, a little bit shorter one. Sometimes Flo will do like a little fun story or a little theme around there, but it's all about, here at Cheltenham Martial Arts, we are all about bringing out the best within ourselves, working on our strengths, which improves our weaknesses, and this now has a knock-on effect to everything else that we're doing in all areas of life. So it's always lovely to hear parents that come back and say, oh my gosh, this is, little Johnny has just had the best school report, it's the best one they got. So their mindset starts to change where, they want to just do their best, basically. They may not be great at everything, that's okay, but they become better in those other areas as well. No one's perfect, okay? So there's no cure for things, but things start to improve. Even with children are maybe just having a few difficulties at home with their emotions, they're able to kind of burn that out in a healthy and controlled environment, whether it be on these bags or as they get a little bit older, working with partners to understand boundaries, basically, and working together with each other. So there are so many important factors that come into the classes that we are working here. And I got some great stories. So make sure you check out my book, It's Confident Kid Power. Some great case studies in there of children that I've taught over the years that are now adults, and they've gone on to so many great things. And it's such a pleasure when they come back and pop by and say hello and get to hear about how they're doing now in life. And one gentleman springs to mind. He was 11 and very unconfident. We were able to lift that confidence, build that up. He got into drama. He's now teaching in a private school in London, teaching drama. So it's such a pleasure to hear all these things. But from the outside looking in, I do appreciate it. Can see, it feels, is that how does that seem, relevant? How is that right? But this is what happens. This is the impact of the classes that we run. And it's just personal development. We're just bringing out the best, and people then, and the little things we put in, even how they stand, the children are having so much fun. Adults love it. They seem to go crazy for getting tags on their belts for some reason, but that's okay. But the children are having fun. And we're able to instill the little things like discipline, courtesy, respect, all the things that are important, but improving their confidence. And when I say discipline, it's their self-discipline to know that, you know what, I need to get my homework done now. And little things, and we're here as role models. We're not doing it, we're parents ourselves. We're not doing anything that's any different, saying anything different than what you would be saying to your child. But what we found is children do need various role models in their life that are consistently there. So as parents, a consistent role model. A grandparent is a consistent role model. A teacher at school is a consistent role model. And here we're the next step. Okay, so it all starts to come together, and that's how we see ourselves working with you and all the other role models in your child's life. And the same for adults. It's just the same is true with adults. If you're an adult coming in to start with us, well, this is going to knock onto other areas of your life. And many adults come up to us and say they've had an appraisal at work, and they have said, oh my gosh, their managers noticed something different in their attitude and how they're working, and it starts to improve, work life as well and home life, all these things. So martial arts is basically, it means continually improving and developing ourselves to have the life that we want and we deserve. That's pretty much it. So classes, we have classes Monday to Thursday, okay, for the various ages. We also are running live streaming classes. There's recorded. When you become a member, we've got a whole online university to help you get through the moves. We're not worried how high you can or can't kick. We just want you to come in, have fun, enjoy it, and just make the most out of that time and make new friends. As part of the membership, the gradings are all included in there. So if you're ready to grade, we'll put you through to one. We have a nice party, like a week or two after the actual exams, okay? And then we want you to think and become a black belt. So once you're in the Warriors class, you can start to work for a junior black belt. It won't be the young ages, those guys gotta wait. So each class has got their own set belts, levels in there, okay? So ninjas, they work for the belt system. So they're leave ninjas either when they've got to the end of those belts or when they've become of age, got to the next class. They can't become a black belt yet because they're still quite young. Same with the samurais, they work through till they're ready to level up onto the warriors. And in warriors, they can then start working towards, once they become in that class, even they're coming in for the first time, or they've gone from the young ages, which we've had so many that started as 3 and now they're teenagers and they've just achieved their junior black belt level. And then for adults, the same thing, okay? As soon as you enter there, you start as white belt, you're working for these grades. So it's setting yourself a target, and you've got these clear defined levels of where you are on there. And some things you're gonna still be weaker on, and other things you're gonna be great on, and we're all about improving your strengths, and then the weaknesses will follow along the line. So think like a black belt, become a black belt. When you take your black belt test, for anyone, my instructor will be there. I will be there. Michelle will be there. Donna will be there. All the instructors are there. So you're taking a black belt. It sounds a bit scary, but don't worry, we're preparing you for that the whole time. It's such a great day. It can be anything from 4 to 8 hours. In the past it has been, but I'd say probably about 4 to 6, I'd say now. But you're there in front of us, and my instructor is there, and we have another instructor based in Newport. So that's my instructor, Stephen Thompson, based in Gloucester. And we have another instructor that collaborate together, based in Newport, Master Everton Smith. So they're 7 Dan, martial artists, world champions. So it's not just us saying you have earned this black belt. It's really important for you to understand. Their instructors are there as well. And what the 3 of us do is we hold each other accountable. So if for some reason we would have, it's not happened, but if we'd put someone in for that test and they weren't ready, I got to now talk to my instructor about it. It's not going to be good, but it's a 3-way thing. And of course, your main instructor is going to be there as well, which is so important, because it's not like now one person is just saying that. All these guys are saying, yes, this person deserves to be this black belt level, this 2nd Dan level, based on what we're learning here. So in terms of the martial arts, I'll finish up quick now because I don't want to be talking for too long, and I appreciate you watching this far into it. The martial arts, what you're going to be learning is you're going to have elements of traditional karate in there, okay? This is maybe how we structured you out, how we come into the class. That's very, very important. and you're going to have elements of kickboxing in there, and then you'll start learning some other styles that I've basically done over the years. I started actually in judo when I was a young child, did that for about 3 years. So you get to do some of the throws and some of the holds. But we want practical stuff as well as Krav Maga. I did some extensive Krav Maga and all sorts of stuff. So we get to put that in. I don't want to call it mixed. It's mixed martial arts, but I don't want it to come across. We're not. Most people don't really want to get into tournaments. I can direct you to that if that's the thing you want to go for. So don't think you're going in cages or up against there. But we are doing a lot of partner work and self-defense. And when it comes to self-defense, it's my mentality is, and the instructors is how do I get myself out of this situation right now? What's my exit strategy from here? How do I remove myself with as little effort as possible? So it's not always about the punching. So we got to think with our heads, okay? And then when it comes to it, yes, what do I do here? How can I work that? So we maybe in some of the I may do self-defense seminar, and we will cover that more, a lot more extensively, and try and understand the psychology behind the attacker. What are their main intentions, and at what point do we take action? So that's another video in itself. Safety is very, very important, and of course we work a lot of conflict resolution, and the same for children is, well, even adults. With bullying, on how to handle and deal with that with themselves, and when they see that happening to someone else, what they can do about it. That's pretty much it. If you've got any questions, drop them in the email. We'll be sure to answer them. Give us a call. All right. Thank you for watching the video. And the next video, we are going to just have a quick lesson. All right. Just go over some of the basics. It's not going to take too long. And try and join in if you can on that one. Thank you.